Exciting times. People are still needing to sell and people are still needing to buy. The market seems to be holding pretty steady here in Lane County. 251 new listings. How many sold? 259.
Well, good afternoon. Today we're joined by Gary Reyes of Remax Integrity, and we're going to be doing, or he's going to be doing actually, the roundup or the update for November of 2025 here in Lane County and Eugene. So, Gary, welcome.
Well, welcome. It's good talking with you.
Yeah.
It's exciting times because the market has not gone to pieces. We are still here. People are still needing to sell and people are still needing to buy.
That's right.
And that's and I'm not being flippant about that. Things are pretty calm in comparison, in lieu of the fact that the whole country is up and down right now, and yet the real estate market seems to be holding pretty steady here in Lane County.
And what I noticed was, and I had on my notes here, that it's actually been fairly stable from October to November and also year over year.
You know, it has. And what's really interesting is I looked at how many listings have come onto the market in Lane County just this last month of November.
Right.
And how many have sold in November.
Right.
So here's my official stat.
Yeah.
So there have been, as far as brand new listings, there's 251 new listings. How many sold? 259. So there you go.
Yeah.
And my point being is it's a real steady movement right now. People that need to sell and need to buy are still carrying on with normal buying and selling.
Right.
I like the fact that we have an interest rate. As of yesterday, we had a little bit of a drop in interest rate again. That's the third drop we've had this year.
Yes.
The prediction for next year, unfortunately, is they're worried about runaway inflation. And so we're not so sure that there'll be more cuts. So we're just kind of we're at the bottom of the 6% range, and that's where we're at. So, and that's a comfortable place to be anyway.
Yeah. So the other thing I did some research on, I found that actually Eugene, Lane County is one of the most active places for moves, both moving in and out, obviously because driven by the university and other things. But that's been a good sign for real estate.
Well, it has, because a lot of people move here, of course, because of what we have to offer here.
Yeah.
What some people have moved out because of. We've had some in our hospitals and that type of thing. There's been some cutbacks, and so we're only, Eugene is like 170,000. So a thing like that has some impact on a small city. And I say we're a small city.
Yeah.
If you're from Oregon, it's the second largest city.
That's right.
If you're from the rest of the world, Eugene is a small city.
Right.
So
the other thing I went through on the stats, I was going to ask you about this, Gary. It looked like there's not a lot of homes that we would call the affordable range right now.
Right now, the meat is in the 450 on to 500. That's where the meat of the market is. Matter of fact, if you want to call it the mean, the month of October, it was about 438, and in November it's risen a little bit to 440,000. So that's where the median price is. So if you're shopping for a home as a beginning home, you're going to look at less than 400.
Right.
If you're looking for a home that's your second home, you're looking between 400 and 450. Or if you want to go more expensive, it's 450 to 5.
Right. The one thing that I noticed was that the number of listings, we'll call it below 400, is really restrictive.
2 years ago, you wouldn't find any below the 400 mark because of COVID. Everybody was overpaying for prices or for homes, and now you can find homes that are in the 350 to 400 range, but you're talking very few. You're talking about in the teens, like 15.
Wow.
In entire Lane County.
That's not many.
No, it's not. It's not, and usually those are not in the best of shape. So
the other thing I noticed was that the number of price drops, isn't dramatic, but it's still, the numbers I worked anyways, about 1 in 7 dropped their price. So what's happening on the seller's expectations?
That's an improvement.
Really?
Because in October, 46% of all listing properties sold for less than listing price. 46%. So that's that adjustment to, we're really not as high as we thought we were, because of, remember, the people that purchased in the COVID area, they had free money, they had low interest rates, and so they were able to overpay for a home that was listed. Well,
Right.
nowadays we're back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of adjustments that has taken place and it will still take place.
Right, right. And so the other thing too was we noticed was that the days on market, seems to be a little bit more balanced, right?
Well, it is. It's about 60. It's 66 days
Mm-hmm.
in Lane County.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want to go all of Oregon, it's
Right.
about 80 days.
Oh, okay.
So Lane County is more active
Right.
than a lot of the other areas.
Mm-hmm.
If you get up to the higher priced properties,
Mm-hmm.
boy, they're on for over 100 days.
Okay.
So that there's not the market like there is in that meat that we talked about earlier.
Right, right. Okay. Well, I think the biggest thing then, if what you're hearing, or what I'm hearing anyways, is that the market is balanced. There's enough product
Yes.
for most buyers, and the sellers, it sounds like their expectations are more reasonable.
That is exactly what's happening.
Right.
Being more reasonable is a good way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
People have adjusted to the fact, well, I guess my house is not worth as much as I'd hoped.
Yeah.
And so, but the other thing that too is we're talking about through November,
Mm-hmm.
and now here we are in December,
Mm-hmm.
and in the middle of December, I
Right.
might add, or getting close to the middle, and you might think, oh my gosh, this is not the good time to buy or sell.
Mm-hmm.
But wait a minute, if you think that through, if you have to sell, your house is on the market in December, you have very little competition.
Mm-hmm.
And as a buyer, you don't have a lot of other people that are pushing around your corner trying to outbid you.
Yeah.
So sometimes a December, January market can be a very good time for someone to sell or to buy.
Right, right. I 100% agree with that. So if you're a buyer or a seller, maybe you're even an investor here, Gary, how do we get a hold of you? What's the best way to reach out to you?
Well, mine is Gary Ray's at remax.net is an easy way. And
Right.
of course, my phone number is 541-554-5825. I always leave my phone on, but don't call me at midnight.
Right on. Well, thanks a lot then, Gary. Appreciate that November rundown, and look forward to seeing you soon.
I'm looking forward to it. And in January, I won't have this silly outfit on.
Right on.
There you go.
Thanks a lot, folks. Okay, we'll be back with the year-end update.